This lesson on simplifying radicals is meant to be a refresher from your Algebra 1 instruction. The multiplication property of simplifying radicals is square root a plus b equals square root of a times the square root of b. So let's take a look at an example. Let's start with square root of 40. This is made up of two numbers, okay, that multiplied to make 40. So we could use square root 10 times square root 4. When we can easily take the square root of one of these numbers, in this case we can easily take the square root of 4, that number gets pulled out in front of the radical. So square root of 4 is 2. So we put that 2 in front of the root 10. So our final answer is 2 root 10. Now, this is our final answer because even though root 10 can break up into root 5 times root 2, we can't cleanly take the square root of square root 5 or square root 2. If you do it on your calculator, you'll notice that you get a decimal. Therefore, our final answer in simplest form is 2 radical 10. These radicals are all important to know because we can easily take the square root of them. Square root of 1 is 1, square root of 4 is 2, square root of 9 is 3, square root of 16 is 4, square root of 25 is 5, square root of 36 is 6, square root of 49 is 7, square root of 64 is 8, square root of 81 is 9, square root of 100 is 10, square root of 121 is 11, square root of 144 is 12. So anytime you're trying to simplify radicals, if you notice that any of these numbers, square root 1, square root 4, square root 9, make up your a or b value of your radical, you easily can take the square root of that value and have a number inside or outside of your radical. Let's look at radical 72 as an example. Radical 72 can be split into radical 8 times radical 9, and we know square root of 9 is 3. So our final answer is 3 radical 8. Even though radical 8, when we break up radical 8, we notice that it's composed of radical 4 times radical 2. Well, we also know that radical 4 is 2. So what we're left with is a 3 here. This 2 got pulled out, so now we multiply that by 2. And we're left with a radical 2. So our final answer is 6 radical 2. So this step was important to notice that the first number we took the square root of, 9, gave us a 3 on the outside, but then we could break up the radical 8 into root 4 times root 2. The radical 4 gave us 2. That was pulled on the outside of the radical and multiplied to whatever number is already out there, which in this case was 3. So our final answer was 2 times 3, which is 6 radical 2. Let's look at this again. Radical 72, you might notice, is the same thing as radical 36 times radical 2. So this is just another way to do the same exact problem. So in the last problem, we broke it up twice. Here we only need to break it up once because we noticed a larger number that we can take the square root of goes into 72. Square root of 36 is 6, so we're left with 6 radical 2, the same answer that we got doing it by an alternative method in the previous example. Let's take a look at 6 radical 12. Well, we have a whole number 6, and radical 12 is made up of radical 4 times radical 3. Radical 4 simplifies to 2, so we're left with 6 times 2 on the outside times radical 3. Final answer is 12 radical 3. Radical 98, what numbers go into 98? So you might need to play around with this on your calculator. See which one of the numbers that we can easily take the square root of, all the ones on the left of this line, go into 98. So if you play around with this on your calculator, you'll notice that 16 goes into 98. So we have a radical 16, and it goes into 98 6 times. So we're left with radical 16 times 6. Radical, or square root, radical, same thing. 16 is 4. And radical 6 doesn't break down anymore, so we're left with 4 square root 6. Example number 5, square root 200 is the same thing as square root 100 times square root 2. Square root of 100 is 10. We're left with 10 radical 2.